We may have a deflation celebration opportunity for half of America. Rents are shockingly down, and we'll tell you why.
And your rent could go down too, but only if you ask right now.
Oh, Jack, what's that funny thing we always talk about Americans? Like no one else seems to do this.
We're obsessed with Zexting, and we browse real estate listings even if we're not looking for a new place to live.
I mean, over the weekend, Molly sent me 3 Zex messages of places to buy in Santa Barbara, even though we have no intention of moving to Santa Barbara.
If you're a renter, you might notice, though, that similar apartments to yours on Zillow are offering lower rents right now.
But you don't have to move to reduce your rent. You could simply renegotiate with your landlord.
Business Insider profiled a dude in Washington, D.C. last week who texted his landlord, "What do you think a fair price for my rent is?"
And then he also texted some links to some nearby units renting out for hundreds of dollars less.
The landlord was like, "I think your current rent is fair." But then the renter said, "How about a few $100s off? Look at these links."
And boom, Jack. He got it. Went from $3,650 a month to $3,375 a month.
That's a savings of over $3,000 a year. The landlord must have taken his threat that he might go to one of those places credibly.
So what's going on? It's an inflation situation. Prices popping on everything. But Jack, could this work for you?
Because the national median apartment rent is down 1.7% compared to last year and down 5% from the peak rent insanity of 2022.
Surprise, besties. Hot rents are getting cooled down right now like you left the AC on.
But this story about lowering rents, it's not just about prices. It's also about rising perks.
Because landlords are offering 1 month free parking, no cost Wi-Fi, tossing gym memberships in there these days.
Landlords don't want to publicly cut their price. That's something they just hate to do. They would rather offer you perks and continue having the appearance of high prices.
And according to Apartments.com, 41% of multifamily renters are getting concessions just like that.
What we're saying, Yetis, is wake up if you're a renter.
Yeah.
Santa Claus has come to your lease agreement.
Lower rents and more concessions are being offered right now. But why?
Why do renters have leverage compared to landlords for like the first time ever?
It's kind of a whiplash effect like we told you in our whiskey story a couple weeks ago. During the pandemic, the housing market was on fire.
High prices caused a COVID construction boom as developers wanted to get in on this hot market.
Back in 2022, construction began on nearly 1 million apartments nationwide.
But it takes 2 to 3 years to finish construction. So in 2024, 600,000 of those units hit the market.
And in 2025, 500,000 of those units hit the market.
Those are the highest numbers of new apartments hitting the real estate market in America in decades.
And that supply is messing with the prices.
It's messing with them in a good way if you're a renter. It's dropping the prices. But as we said last year, it's a case of 2 countries that we live in when it comes to housing.
Because do you live in a construction state or do you live in an obstruction state?
The vast majority of new units is being built in the west and southeast of the United States.
That's right. Rents in the Northeast and Midwest, they're still rising a bit because of hurdles to home building.
So in the Southwest and West, that new supply is opening its doors with a welcome mat and bringing rents overall down.
Especially in Austin, Nashville, and Phoenix, you're seeing the prices drop like the price is right.
If there's a bunch of new glass towers in your city, those are new units, and there's a good chance you can ask for lower rent right now.
I mean, even if you live in the seaport of Boston, have you seen that place, Jack?
Or San Francisco. We've got a trick we think you could try, and right now it has a better chance than ever of actually working.
It's like a glass building with a Soul Cycle inside of a Sweet Green, inside of a glass box that's only filled with BU alums.
Cal Collard workers.
Exactly. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies who want lower rent?
Asking one question can save you thousands of dollars.
Yetis, quick reminder here, but no obligation from that landlord to actually lower your rent.
Landlords are the opposite of UNICEF. They don't want to keep you happy. They want to maximize their collection of rent money.
But the last thing they want to do is for you to leave if not much demand is there to actually replace you.
Because losing 1 month or 2 or 3 months of vacancy before they can find a new tenant, that is the most costly thing that a landlord really doesn't want to do.
So the first step to you saving money or making money in any negotiation is simply asking.
Do your research, figure out what the prices are in units that are comparable around you, look if new buildings have openings, and then approach your landlord.
Like, Jack, you had success asking that car salesman one more question when you were trading in that old car, right? The old Audi?
I got a $4,000 higher offer on my trade-in by asking one question.
And you kind of did the same thing with your wireless bill the other day, too.
Oh, yeah. I called Verizon and I asked them for a new iPhone. Otherwise, I'd switch to AT&T. They gave me 2 new iPhones.
Jack, there's not a single hotel I check into where my first question isn't, is there a room upgrade available?
Nick and I are strong with the force of renegotiations and negotiations, but it doesn't happen unless you ask.
Yeah, but we don't use a lightsaber. We just ask one more question.
The real estate data in this country is screaming that you should ask that question right now.
So send the text, do the DM, a nice mature email to your landlord.
Keep it copacetic, be respectful, but don't undercut yourself. You've got some leverage right now.
Now is the time to lower your rent, but only if you ask.